Hello, my name is Rebecca Freiman. I'm the director and one of the music therapists with Greater Chicago Music Therapy. We provide individual and group services throughout the Chicago area, specializing in working with adults with dementia, as well as working with older adults with intellectual disabilities and other neurological challenges. I shared a presentation with the Memory Care Coalition of Chicago's Summer Olympics event on July 17th, 2020. Unfortunately, it could not be recorded as I used live and audio examples from actual clinical work. So I'm going to share with you a brief overview of the material that was presented. And if you have any questions about it or would like further information, please do reach out to me at Greater Chicago Music Therapy. I'll provide my contact information at the end on the last slide. I'm going to go ahead and share some of the slides with you now. So the information that I shared gave a brief overview of what music therapy is. I talked about why music is such a good tool to use with people who have dementia. And then I shared some tips for using music with either those you're working with or with your loved ones who have dementia. So a very fast definition of music therapy is that it's the use of music as a tool to work on non-music goals. To add a little bit of detail to that definition, music therapy is individualized, it's evidence-based, there's research that supports the efficacy of the methods and techniques that are used. It's creative and at the same time as being clinical. Music therapy addresses needs that benefit the client, bolster strengths, and provide opportunities for clients to successfully meet their therapy goals. Music therapists are often looking to restore, maintain, improve, increase, or decrease some aspect of functioning, such as physical, psychological, social, emotional, communicative, cognitive, different aspects of functioning. And not just functioning, but also development. And we don't stop developing right when we turn 18, right? We continue developing up until our last days. We're also looking at skills and health and well-being. And the most important part of the definition is that music therapy is used in relationship with a professional board-certified music therapist. Music therapists work with a variety of populations in a variety of settings. We work with people of all different ages as well. You'll see music therapists in the neonatal intensive care unit, working with infants, all the way until working with people who are at the end of life on hospice care. You'll find music therapists working in schools. You'll find them working in skilled nursing care communities or assisted living care communities, memory care, adult day programs, as well as in hospitals and in private settings as well. And again, this is just an example. These are just examples. So when I say functional areas or music therapy goal areas, I'm talking about physical, emotional, social, cognitive, communicative, etc. functioning. And the examples in this slide are just a smattering of the goals that music therapists can address when working with their clients. So how do they work on these goals using music? Well, the core components of a music therapy intervention involve singing, playing instruments or using rhythm, listening to music, and moving to music. So a music therapist is going to use these building blocks to design opportunities in the music intervention to specifically hone in on the client's individual goal. Music is a wonderful tool to use with people who have dementia for a variety of reasons. And I just want to share a few of the highlights with you in this video. The first is that music is processed globally in the brain. So if you think about an MRI and you were to have someone in an MRI machine while listening to music, lots of different areas of the brain would light up. And so, in this way, music can bypass some parts of the brain that become damaged by various dementia disease processes. We have wonderful physiological responses to music as well. When you think about when you go to the doctor's office and you may be asked about your vital signs, like your blood pressure or your oxygen rates, music has good effects on all of these things. And one of the last reasons why music is such a good tool to use with people with dementia is from a psychosocial perspective. Music is part of our lives from the time we enter this world to the time we leave. It's part of our social and communal lives. There's certain music that connects us to the communities that we're in and the groups that we're in. And we also have connections to music that can be very personal as well. So, briefly, some tips that you can use for using music with people with dementia. Music therapy is just one of the ways that music is used, but these are also some other ways that music is utilized um, with folks who have dementia. If you are going to engage someone who has dementia using music, I just want you to keep in mind a few things. Music preferences vary from person to person. Now, research has shown that popular music of young adulthood is often preferred, but that's only a good place to start. And so I think it's important to remember that in general, people will like that, but don't assume preference based on cohort or identifying information like age, gender, culture, religion, etc. Keep in mind that there are a lot of different genres and artists that you can choose from. Be mindful of musical qualities in the music. Is it fast? Is it slow? You can have this different versions of the same song that are orchestrated in different ways, that some may have lots and lots of instruments, some may only have a few. Be aware of how someone who has dementia may react to the musical qualities. Just as people have favorite songs that they like, they also have least liked music. And that may be because simply the music in and of itself isn't something they enjoy, or they may have a negative association or connection to the music. Keep in mind when you're engaging using music or using musical materials, like if you're using an instrument, be aware that the quality of the materials conveys a message to the person that you're working with. So you want to use high quality materials. Um, you also want to use repertoire that is age appropriate. It may be tempting to use children's music with someone who has dementia because of its simplicity, but you can find music that is simple and repetitive that isn't necessarily children's music. We want to convey messages of dignity and respect to those that we're interacting with using music who have dementia. And we can do that through the music selections that we choose and the materials that we choose. If you'd like to learn more about music therapy or have any questions, these are wonderful resources, the Music Therapy Association, the Certification Board for Music Therapists. Please also feel free to reach out to me and my team. We're in the Chicago area, and we would be so happy to speak with you further about music therapy. Thank you so much for stopping by the Memory Care Coalition of Chicago site, and I hope that you'll reach out to me about music therapy, and we'll look forward to seeing you at future events.